What's going on, Credit Snipers? It's your boy Carlos Estrada with the best credit blueprint, guys. I'm excited that you guys are here today. Now, today I want to talk to you about medical bills. Sometimes, unfortunately, and we're seeing it especially with everything that's going on in the world, this pandemic, people losing their jobs, and unfortunately, they cannot cover the medical bills. Some people lost insurance, and all of a sudden, guess what? Medical bills pile up, they go to collection. And credit gets damaged, gets devastated because of a collection on a medical bill. So I want to show you that once a medical bill goes to collection, there's a couple things that you can do. But at the end of the day, it is almost impossible for a collection agency to verify your medical bill, and you have to pay this bill at all. But guys, before I continue, I appreciate that you guys are here today. Once again, I'm Carlos, Best Credit Blueprint, and this is your first time on this channel, please subscribe. I come to you every single day. We bring so much content every single day. I try to do something different. And this I'm bringing to you is because a client actually talked about this and she was going through the same situation and we helped her. One thing that she said was, hey, please tell everybody else. So I want to go ahead and bring it to you and I'll tell you some of the things that you can do and how we can do it. But at the same time, if you want to know more about us, hey, just follow us. We're going to have all our links in the bottom of this page or this video. So like that, we can help you out going forward. Now, one thing that I want you to do is make sure that you hit the bell. Make sure you click on all. So like that, you'll be notified every time that we come to you guys. One of the last thing that I want to ask you is please smash, punch, do whatever you got to do, but hit that like button. That's going to help me to reach many more in the world. I want to make sure that I help a lot of people, guys. It is my mission to help you and help others to finally take charge of your own finances. Because unfortunately, this is something that we did not learn in school. This is something that mom and dad did not teach us because unfortunately, it's something that we have not been taught. I want to make sure that I bring this to you. I want to educate you. So like that you can then take charge and I'll be taken for a fool, guys. All right, guys, so let's talk about how to remove medical collections from your credit report. I'm going to be looking, I actually wrote a couple things down to want to make sure that I don't miss anything when I talk to you and give you all this info. Now, one of the things you got to keep in mind is you have 100. So medical bills is a little different than what your credit card bill would be and what your car loans or even home loans. In the realm of the credit cards and loans and so on, you have grace periods, meaning that you also have 30 days when you come late, you get affected by your late payments. 30, 60, 90, and 120 days, they will become charge-offs and they will become a collections. Usually takes between 6 months to a year for that to actually go into a collection. Now, and that's different in the medical side. Obviously, it's something else that it is not a loan. It is a loan in some ways, but it's a medical bill in this case. And most of the time, they don't weigh much. They weigh 30, 60 days, and then they send it to a collection agency. So one thing you got to keep in mind is from the time that you are contacted by a collection agency in regards to your medical bills, one, you don't need to verify your information. But let's just say that you did verify. You have 180 days from the time that they start collecting for you to pay that bill, or after the 180 days elapse, that bill will be placed on your credit report. Now, something that you have to keep in mind is once it's placed in your credit report, or even throughout this process, you can and you should send a letter to this collection agency and ask them to verify. It's called the debt validation letter. That validation letter, we could give it to you. It's going to be in our course, but I'm going to give you also in the bottom of this on page, you're also going to have the links for two other sites that I will need you to go, which is the CFP and the HIPAA law, which is required if something happened to you. So let's go through the steps. Now, so you send the debt validation letter. Now, the collection agency is going to have two options when it comes down to this, and I'm going to tell you what they are. The first option is they are going to completely dismiss you and not reply to you. Now, the great thing is by the FCRA, the act of the FCRA in 1970, any agency have 30 days from the time that they receive your letter. And one thing that I'm going to ask you is when you send this letter, make sure that it's certified. Why? Because it's timestamp and it is a proof of receipt that you sent and they received the letter. Because, they love to play games. So we need to make sure we hold them to the law, and we need to make sure that, hey, it is on paper. Now, they have 30 days by law to investigate, to verify, or delete from your credit report. Guys, this is powerful. Now, one thing that you got to keep in mind is, one, if they completely dismiss you, what you can do is, okay, they dismiss me. You have an option of either sending a second letter to allow them to give them some time to then again do an investigation, or you could do just like me. 30 days go by, let's not give them any chance. I don't want no reaction time. I want to file a CFPB complaint against the collection agency, and that will need to be removed. Now, something else, let's just say that they all of a sudden verify the information. You know what they just did? They violated your HIPAA law. So HIPAA is anything that has to do with your personal information when it comes down to medical, your medications, your procedures, your personal info that you only sign. Remember, we sign a HIPAA law anytime that we go into a hospital. Why? Because they need to have the access to our personal information. Guess who you didn't sign a form or HIPAA law with or HIPAA form with? A collection agency, right? So one thing that they, like I said before, one thing that the option that they may have is completely dismiss you or verify this information. The only way that they can verify this information is by sending you your medical documents. You may even find stuff that you even know happened during the medical procedure. Right there and then, that is a complete violation of the HIPAA law. And you have three options. You could file a CFPB complaint. You could file a HIPAA law. 3, you could file suit. And you will win. But I tell you what, you can go that route. And again, if that's what you want to do, I will advise you just to be ethical. They mess up. Sometimes it's not completely them. Sometimes it's workers or employees that work in there that don't know the law. But guess what? You do. Now, you could use this as base and as a tactic to request a complete removal of that collection. So this is how guaranteed it is that you could get that collection removed by these two things. Now, keep in mind that it is almost impossible for them to, once it goes to collection, for them to verify any of this information. But guys, let's be realistic. It is your debt. You know that you encounter the debt for whatever procedure you have. But also understand that life has changed and the way that we live today in this world is completely different. People lost their job. People are homeless. And I also understand the situation now. But if you can take care of that debt, please be ethical and get it done. Now, something that I want to make sure that I let you guys know is that I am not an attorney nor a CPA. And what I'm telling you is because what the law states and what we've done with our clients. But keep this in mind. I'm telling you what the law states, but I will always ask you to go ahead and consult with the attorney or your CPA. Now let's recap on what we just went through. Remember, what we're trying to do is to remove these medical collections from your credit report or make sure that they don't get to your credit report. Now, what the goal here is you're going to actually submit a debt validation letter to this collection agency. In this case, let's just say 1 to 3 collection agency. What they're going to do is either they're going to dismiss you or they're going to validate or verify the information. And they're going to send you back this verified information. One, if they don't validate, you could still file a CFPB. Hey, they failed to validate, and by law, any collection must cease, and anything that was placed in your credit report must be deleted. 2, if they're violating your HIPAA law by sending back to you medical documents in which you never sign a HIPAA form with this collection agency, that's an automatic violation of your HIPAA law. You file a CFPB complaint, a HIPAA law, and you could file suit if that's your choice. Now, guys, and the third one is you can definitely do nothing about it, and I don't advise you to do that. That would not advise you to do this, and I know that a medical collection can affect your credit score. Now, if you are in this situation in any of the stages, or you are past that and now you don't know how to even remove this collection, guys, we can help you. There's a lot more tactics to go into detail that after the fact that we can do. We have digital deletions that will help you out, not only with that, but also with your personal credit. But guys, hey, I appreciate that you guys are here today. I hope this helped you. I hope that you guys learned some. If you guys got any comments, please let me know. Let me know how we did. Let me know how we can do better. Let me know what else you guys want to know about. Like I said, we actually came to you with this topic of this content is because one of our clients saw and she said, look, you guys should be talking to everybody on how you guys were able to help me out. So we want to make sure that you guys hear some of the tactics and some of the things that you by law can do and you can do yourself, or you can have us help you. Now, thank you for being here today. Make sure you subscribe, click on the bell icon, click on all, and don't forget to smash that bell button or that like button. Guys, thank you. My name is Carlos, and I'm with the Best Credit Blueprint, and I'll see you in the next video.